Out of home, we know from econometric studies that we've done, is a very good media multiplier. So you reinforce the message, and there's some tricks to it. Humans, we love signs. We know how to read signs. So it's kind of inbuilt in us. The way we measure out of home is from a media bias point of view is through the strategy. So if you say, I'm Spotify and I want to look big and I want to let people know that I'm in town, that I'm the new guy in town, the new woman in town. So what we measure is how many humans are likely to go past it, how many humans are likely to see it. So there's a lot of conversation at the moment in marketing and media about attention. Just because the TV's on in the lounge room, or just because there's a banner ad on your internet thing, did you actually pay attention to it? Or is it just wallpaper and background noise? Were you even in the room? Were you making a cup of tea? So what we do is we say, we know that 100,000 people drive down this road all the time. But out of those 100,000, how many people are likely to see that? So we use some factors to talk about who will pay attention to this ad. And it will be, this many pedestrians, this many passengers, this many bicyclists. So we reduce that number. So if we start with 100,000, we put these factors in, it could be 60,000 people, right, who are paying attention to this ad. So we invented something called LTS, likelihood to see, 12 years ago when we launched Move. So it's really interesting to see everyone talking about attention at the moment, and we're going, we did that 12 years ago. We're so ahead of the trend. The neuro impact factor, that's exactly what we did. And it's undeniable, right? It's science. It's someone measuring the brain. It's not me asking you a question like, did you see my ad? It's not you having to fill in a diary or fill in a questionnaire and you go, oh yeah, I saw it somewhere. Was it on a billboard, or was it the TV ad, or was it the radio ad? It is actually measuring your brain. There's a lot of response bias, and surveys and recall are really not a great way of finding it out, which is why I really love the neuroscience, because it's undeniable proof. It's about how does the brain put this in, what is actually happening. Am I paying attention? And people are paying attention, but they're doing it in a glance, and that's the wonderful thing. It's not very long. We'll self-regulate incredibly well, and we get information into our brains. There are more synapses in our brains than there are stars in the universe. A massive number, and they're firing continuously. So, this is why I kind of go, oh, we're looking at the stars, but look in here. Will we get better at finding the right people at the right time? Yes. And I think that is more where we're headed. So I think people have this very love-hate relationship with that advertising. On the one hand, everyone goes, oh, I hate advertising. But as Adam Ferrier, who's a behavioral psychologist who works in advertising, says, everyone hates ads until their cat goes missing. It's one of my favorite quotes. It's true, right?